coming out tonight. And I should warn Lorenzo that we only have 40 or 50 minutes to talk. I interviewed you last summer, and I rarely do an interview with a guest that lasts for more than an hour, and I was like an hour and 40 minutes on tape, so you have to pace yourself, my friend. So I guess we would like to know why you will be speaking about human rights in music. And I guess my own relationship with you began in another lifetime when I was much younger and studying Italian in Rome. And the teacher brought out a copy of Penso Positivo, and that was our lesson for the day. So this means a lot to me to be here. And I guess what I would like to know, first of all, is how you got to... You recently performed a concert in Cuba.
Yes.
And I'd like to use that as a starting point for what you're interested in human rights is, and music, and this kind of intersection. This was the Colombian singer Juanes staged a concert 2 months ago. January. Oh, was that long ago? Last year.
Yeah, last year.
Big concert. It was called Concierto Paz Sin Fronteras.
Peace without frontiers.
Why did you play? What did it mean to you to be there? Why was it important to you to go? And what was the message that you were sending?
So we saw with Cuba, yeah, who was the fantastic.
Mike.
Okay.
You hear me?
No.
No, maybe it was.
That's on the back.
I'm not used to microphones.
There we go. Right now. Okay. Yes. Good.
So good evening, everybody. I'm very honored to be here and honored to accept your beautiful invitation. I'll do my best, but I'm a singer, I'm a musician, so I prefer when I have a drum beat under my speech. I'll do my best to say. I've been to Cuba on the 21st of September last year because Juanes invited me because we knew each other and we spoke about Cuba in our the occasions where we met. I follow Cuba issues in the last years as a personal interest, and also because when I was there for the first time in '92, and I was there just for traveling curiosity, because I wanted to see a place that when I was a child were always on television, in the news. This war, Cuba, Cuba was a key place. And so when I was a child with my family watching the news and on television, this war, Cuba, was interesting, was always, and it's also a nice war. And I am a musician, so I'm attracted by the beauty and the curiosity of the world. And so I wanted to see what Cuba was, because, the Che Guevara legend, the revolution, all this kind of stuff got a fascination, in a young mind. So I went there, and what I discovered was that the young people in Cuba were listening to my music. And they don't have a real music market, actually. They don't have records, they don't have record shop, they cannot actually, especially in '92, there is no internet now. The same in Cuba is quite difficult. But in '92 there was nothing, But in some ways, some of my songs, they were popular. And so I started thinking, started a relationship with this island. And at the end, my question was, why, an Italian guy can have the access of all concepts, of all kind of information, of all kind. And in Cuba, it's gotta be it is like a challenge, for a young guy to get in touch with one song. It's like something that exists in the underground, And so I always thought that the power of music, especially the power of folk music, especially the power, in particular, the power of the music that is not talking about peace and about the end of the war and about human rights, but the music that is talking maybe just about kisses and about dancing and about having an ice cream together with your girlfriend in a bar. That music is maybe, concerning the human rights promotion, the most powerful music, because it promotes a sense of freedom that is connected with freedom of being, or expressing yourself as a human being. And so it comes before knowledge. It's another kind of knowledge. It's an emotional knowledge. It's not the knowledge of laws, of statutes, you know what I mean. It's a knowledge, it's a body knowledge, you know, and that's a very important one. And so, when one has called me to invited, I was honored because I was going there not being an activist, but being more than an activist, being an artist. So being somebody that brings a value in his activity. And the value of being an artist is the value of freedom of expression, is the value of being free of telling what you feel to anybody. In a place where don't even exist a market for my music, I think it was a good reason to go, to take a music where there is not a market, but there is a desire for music. And the desire comes before the market. The desire is the right to desire. It's a right, it's a human right, the right to desire. And so if somebody desires music and I can give that in my music to them, I think it's something that for me is beautiful to do. And it's a part of my path as a human being towards what with a ambiguous word that we can call a better world. A world with more freedom, a world with more knowledge, a world with more chances for everybody, and more respect for the desires of young people, for the issues, and that's it. And
what did you feel was the message coming out of that concert? When you got up on stage in Havana,
yeah,
and
the message was...
you have this image that you're singing to the United States, and there's some message there.
The message was joy. The first message was joy. And the secondary message was that there's only one way to solve, to develop the Cuban situation in relationship with the world, and this way is going superare, you say in Italian, in English superare, overcome hate, overcome reasonable hate that there are, you know, because there are serious reasons why a Cuban exile of 75 years old is very angry with Fidel Castro, you know.
Bebo Valdez?
Sorry?
Bebo Valdez?
I don't know, everybody. I think there is a generation of people coming out from Cuba after the revolution that have serious reasons to be upset. There were killed people, there were not fair trials, a lot of things. No? But the only way to overcome this is passing through a new generation of values and a new generation also of people, or human beings. That have to, and for do this, we got to create occasions, is the right occasion? Opportunities, sorry, of party, working together, of feeling the same feeling, of participating to a event made of sensuality, made of speech, made of dancing, together with artists that in your country, like Cuba, you cannot even think to have in concert in your place, because you think that it's like impossible, because these artists, you think that they live in a sort of market. That was the reason. I think that anywhere I can go to take my music, for me, is a big opportunity. I do music because I think that music has this power of free your soul, of free your body, of free your mind. You know. I do this, that's my talent, that's what I like to do. And the idea that I cannot do this somewhere and somewhere yes, is the idea that worries.